Hey guys, it's Dave. In 2010, just 5 years ago, I bought my first stand-up paddleboard, and it was this enormous flat water board, the 10.6 NSP. It was real thick and real flat, and just for paddling around the bay, which is what I got it for. It was great, and we did that for a while. My friend Tom and I did that for a while, and then one day we decided, let's go in the ocean, see what that's all about. And the ocean is just so different from the bay. The bay was cool, it was pretty chill. The ocean is alive. Like, the ocean moves. There's dolphins out there, there's fish, there's all kinds of stuff going on in the ocean, and it's just rad. And I fell in love with it really, really fast, and I recognized pretty quickly I was going to need to get a more surfable board, because that board is not designed for surfing at all. And I bought a 9'8" Rusty. That was an awesome board, and just was so fun to surf. And yesterday went up to San Onofre, so up north near Orange County, Camp Pendleton area, and surfed one of the big boy breaks called Old Man's with a friend of mine. And as we were driving back, and it was big too. We have a pretty awesome swell right now. It was big. It was like head high overhead. It was big and so fun. And as we were driving up to go get this board, which I'll talk about in a second, I was telling her, when I was a kid, I never surfed when I was a kid. And I was thinking about why, and just kind of reflecting on why, and I recognized that the reason was that I wasn't willing to go through the time period where I was going to look stupid. Because there's just that learning period where you look like an idiot. That's just how it goes. You have no idea what you're doing. You don't know how to read waves. You don't know where to position yourself. Once you're on a wave, you don't really know where it's going or how to ride it or where your feet should be or what happens. That stuff is all feel, and so it just takes time to develop that feel. And during that time period, you look kind of stupid. And I wouldn't allow myself to do that when I was younger. I just wouldn't. And I think because of my involvement with what I do as a Beachbody coach and getting way outside of my comfort zone with a lot of different stuff, I've just opened myself up to maybe just looking ridiculous at times, if that's what it takes to master something. If I think about skiing was the same way. I've snowboarded for years and years and years, and about 4 seasons ago, it'll be the fourth season this year, decided to ski, and I looked like an idiot for a little while, and then I figured it out and was like, I got this. And now I'm a pretty good skier, as you may know. And which brings me to this board. So after surfing San Onofre and recognizing, the board that I have is fun, and in real longboard conditions, it's still really great. But I wanted something more aggressive, something that I could really get into some bigger, pitchier, hollower surf. And that is this. And this is my new board. It's a stand-up paddle board as well, from Infinity in Dana Point. It's a round nose Blur that's 8 foot 2 inches long, which to, I think, surfers sounds like a longboard, but for stand-up, this thing is a short board. I have it set up as a quad too, and it's just insanely fast, especially backside. The surfing backside just completely changed for me today, because it's so fast and maneuverable too. But it's very hard to stand on, just to stand on it. I think for kicks, when I have people who come in town and they want me to take them out, and we'll go paddle around the bay, I may just bring this once I kind of master it, and just see if they can stand on it. I don't think people will be able to stand on it, because it's narrow. It's an 1.5 inches narrower than the last board I had, than the Rusty board, and it's thinner. So it doesn't have as much volume, and it's got a very tender, delicate fulcrum. So the point where the board pivots is it's very small, and so you have to position yourself. If you're going to stand side by side, you have to position yourself in the perfect spot. I actually figured out it's a little bit easier to stand on it if you put your feet apart like that, because then you can kind of balance it front and back like that. But anyway, that's technical. I look like an idiot today. I got out on the water, and there were a bunch of people. I was just here in Coronado, a bunch of people who knew me, and I look like a total idiot. And actually, some people ask me, like, what are you like? Did you get really drunk last night, or what's going on with you? And I'm like, no, I just got this new board, and it's really hard to just stand on. Much once you're surfing, it's awesome, it's great, but just standing on it is challenging. And I recognized that I'm just going through the very same thing that I went through, 5 years ago when I started surfing. And it was the same feeling, the same reaction. I had that that thing you get right here where it's like, oh, I hate that, right? Like it, and I felt it, and I'm glad that I just kind of recognized what it was, and didn't try to like hide from it and run from it and get out of the water and feel all embarrassed and run away from what is going to change my life, surfing, and push me like into way gnarlier stuff. And I'm glad that I just kind of recognized what was going on. And I'm telling you that story because I want you to see when that's happening for you in your life. And what are you shying away from because you're not willing to just fail at it for a little bit, and kind of blow it? Because I know that anything that you take on that's new, I'm using surfing as an analogy, but I'm also talking about business ventures. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about anything you take on that's new. There's going to be a learning period, and there's going to be a time when you're going to probably feel a little silly and at times really stupid. And if you shy away from it because you're not going to let yourself feel that way, and you're trying to protect yourself, you're really doing yourself and everybody else a disservice. So get out there, kick ass, have fun. I'm going to go take a shower and wash this bad boy off. Take care.